What's up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Trout Wrangler Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Garrity. Of course, right there, Vibe Curator. Shake, shake. Give me a shake. Good boy. Vibe Curator. We got a really cool episode today. Um, an organization I really like. I really love what they are doing for our wounded veterans and our and just our veterans in general. Um, it's just an all around awesome mission they have. Met this guy at the Rise event and emailed him to have him on, and he very graciously accepted. And I just can't wait to talk with him about how he got to where he is and what he's looking for. So we got Mr. Ben Burgess with Project Healing Waters today. But before we get into that, you know, we have River Smith on with us this year, and you know, they got that convoy series, all the luggage and the river quivers and stuff like that. If you want to save 10% on any of those items, check out Wrangler 10 at the checkout window, and you will save 10% on your purchase. We got a lot of cool companies on board with us this year. We got Bajio, Afuera Coffee. Sorry about that, Matt. We got Afuera Coffee, Free Fly, Bajio, River Smith. Very gracious that they've very much so helped me out this year, and continue to help me out. It's awesome having them on board, and I hope they. Oh, the Vibe Curator back there, but it's one of those things. I hope to keep them on with us as long as we do this thing, which I'm not stopping anytime soon. So shout out to those companies. Really awesome guys. Really awesome companies, I should say. Um, but shout out to every single one of them. Couldn't be doing this without them. But until then, here comes Mr. Ben Burgess with Project Healing Water. What's up, guys? Like I said in the intro, we do have an interview today, and I love what you guys are doing, so it is a pleasure for me to have you on. First off, dude, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
No problem, but I'll kick it over to you to let you introduce yourself a little bit, Ben.
Hello, my name is Ben Burgess. I am the regional coordinator for the Project Healing Waters in North Carolina. We have 8 programs in North Carolina, and I oversee all of them. A little bit about my background. I spent 12 years in the Air Force. I was an F-15 crew chief, deployed to the Middle East 3 times. Got out on not such how I wanted to get out. Basically, they asked me to go back onto a reserve unit, and I had just gotten back from the desert, and the reserve unit was going back to the desert. So my commander said, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go, and I'll make it to where they can't touch you anymore. And so I got out in 2005, and then I hit a very, very dark period of time, and I started drinking very, very heavily. And this continued from 2005 until 2019, where I I had an accident, and they didn't know what was going on, what was wrong. So they rushed me by ambulance to the hospital, and that was in Douglas, Wyoming. And in Douglas, Wyoming, they said that they didn't know what was wrong. I needed to go down to Cheyenne to the uh, VA in Cheyenne. And thank the good Lord upstairs, the ambulance drivers offered to take me down there because on the way down I had a heart attack and 2 seizures.
Oh my
And I got down to Cheyenne, and they immediately induced me into a coma because the alcohol withdrawals were so bad. And I spent 7 days in coma in ICU. And when I woke up, there was a pastor praying over me, and my life has been completely different ever since. And because of all that, I knew I needed to find something. And so I found Project Healing Waters. And I started with them as soon as COVID was over and that we could have meetings again. I started up with Project Healing Waters in Asheville, North Carolina, and quickly found the therapeutic value of not only fly fishing, but tying the flies and just the camaraderie with the other members that were there. And then I thought I had been through enough. Then my two brothers passed away. One passed away in 2021, one passed away in 2022. The one in 2022 was very unexpected, and he died in my arms.
Oh my god.
And thank God that Project Healing Waters was there, because all of them were immensely supportive and wrapped their arms around me just like a family and got me through it. And so now here we are in 2025. And it was actually last year that I became regional coordinator, that I'm well enough along my healing journey that I can now give back.
Man,
So that's why I'm the regional coordinator for Project Healing Waters.
that's unbelievable, man. Holy crap. Uh, that story about going down to Cheyenne. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But what inspired you to join Project Healing Waters, and how did that path lead you to becoming the regional coordinator, if you don't mind me asking?
I knew that I needed to do something, and while I was in rehab at Cheyenne, they sent me up to Aspen, Colorado, on a fly fishing week-long retreat. And I had never been fly fishing before in my entire life, but I immediately fell in love with it. And of course, they sent me to one of the best fishing places in the world, the Frying Pan in Colorado.
Oh man.
And so then when COVID hit, I moved out to North Carolina, and I knew I enjoyed fly fishing. I knew there was beneficial from it. So I looked up the program in Asheville, and they were, like I said before, they were open arms, brought me in, and welcomed me, and no questions asked, no judgment, no anything. And when my brothers passed away, the tying of the flies and the camaraderie and all that just made everything go away. And so as I went through the healing process and as I was going through therapy and all that, I realized that the true joy in life is helping other people. And I knew that I could help the most veterans the fastest and best way by something in Project Healing Waters. So I started out being the assistant program lead in Asheville, and then the regional coordinator quit, and I just threw my hat in there and I said, if nobody else wants to do it, then I'll do it, because I didn't want the position to go vacated or somebody from not in North Carolina get it or anything along those lines. And then lo and behold, they started interviewing me and kept calling me back. And I think I had 3 interviews altogether. And finally, they were like, "We want you. We think you are a perfect fit. Do you want the job?" And I said, "Holy smokes, yes, I do."
I think as anyone would, dude. I mean, working in this space, dude, is so much fun. I mean, I don't work in the space right now, but it's unbelievable. It's like you really don't feel like you're at work most days.
Yeah.
But was that Asheville crew the one you were with up there time flies at the Rise Festival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They are, there's a core veterans of about 10 in Asheville. And all year long, they do every event like that. We go to, in the local area, we go to Maggie Valley. and do their fly fishing festival in the spring. We do Hunter Banks has quite a few events that we'll go participate in. And then 6 weeks ago, we did an adaptive sports expo at the VA itself,
Oh, nice.
and let veterans with extremities missing that we have adaptive gear that we can get for them so they can still continue to fly fish if they want.
That's pretty cool, man. I didn't know they had that.
Yes. Yep. We have braces to hold the pole if you only have one arm. Um, we have special reels that'll help you if you have a hard time casting. There's a wide variety of different apparatuses that if a veteran comes in and says, "Hey, I need help. I need something to help me. Do you have anything?" We will go above and beyond and find whatever they need so that they can fish.
Cool, man. So I have a buddy that works in youth sports that's actually over the adaptive youth sports. He's got a master's in that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that's pretty cool that they have all that. I never knew that. Um,
Yes.
I never knew that. So that's really cool to hear. Wow. Yeah, I just learned something new, man. That's pretty sweet. Um,
Yes.
there's so
One thing I do want to say
yeah,
is that all of everything that Project Healing Waters offers is no cost to the veterans.
that's
We
unbelievable.
through the headquarters and all the other programs and donations and grants, we are able to provide to the veterans with no cost to them whatsoever.
That's awesome. You see, and like that's something that more people need to know about, like especially
Yes.
veterans, because it's like you and me both. It's like we understand like how calming fly fishing is, tying flies and stuff like that. And if you put a fly tying vise in front of some more people and just let them go to town, it's like I think we'd have a couple less stressed people in this world.
I agree. I agree.
That's kind of why I started tying flies too, is because it's like I was working in youth sports, like for like these parents were freaking out on me. It's like a just one of those things. It's like everybody thinks their kid's the next Dan Marino.
Yes.
And it's like
Yes.
it's in youth sports, they're taking it like it's a Division 1 football program, and
Yep.
I was like, dude, I started tying flies just to de stress myself because I get home and it's like I'd want to I'd want to throw I'd want to throw throw pillows around the room and grab the closest thing to me and just chuck it through the door. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I was like, I got a vice. Like, I just never
Well,
really sat down.
let me explain to you how Project Healing Waters got started. It got started in 2005, and the founder of Project Healing Waters was at Walter Reed Medical Center. And as he was going around Walter Reed Medical Center, he noticed that there were all these veterans just laying around, not really doing anything, not having anything to do. And he was an avid, Ed Nichols is his name, and it still is an avid fly fisherman. So he went to the doctors and everybody said, "Hey, can I go and take some of these veterans out on the lawn and teach them casting?" And so he took them out on the lawns of Walter Reed Medical Center and casting, and then everybody immediately caught on and knew the therapeutic on it, and it has just exploded from there.
That's unbelievable. I've seen is it the movie that I think Project Healing Waters helped on? It was
It's
Warriors of
mending
Flying
the
Waters.
mending the line,
Yes.
and it is about a veteran who finds the therapeutic value of fly fishing. Now, the main actors are just actors, but all of the fishing scenes where there's people fishing in like the background, those are all Project Healing Water veterans
I think I remember
fly fishing.
seeing that at the end of the movie, which was
Yeah.
super cool to see. And
Yes. Yes.
if anyone hasn't watched that movie, they have to. I think that is
Yeah.
probably one of the best fly fishing movies that has ever been created.
And I concur. It took me a few times to watch it because the beginning is very realistic and very. It took took me back to the Middle East. And so if there's any veterans that are timid about that, fast forward through the beginning and get to the fly fishing part.
Yeah, that's I could see how that part would do that to some people, and that I think that's part of that movie though, that it's like kind of set it up to be the movie that it was,
Yes.
and it's that is a fantastic movie. I love how Project Healing Waters worked with that director on that. But
Yes, we're all very thankful and very appreciative of that movie and how it just shows the therapeutic value of fly fishing.
oh yeah, are you going to be at the the Hunter Banks event coming up?
When is it? Because
I think it's sometime. I think it's in a few weeks. Miller posted about it September 29th, maybe.
I will not be there, and I'll explain why I won't be there.
Okay.
When I became regional coordinator, one of my goals and one of my ambitions was to help as many veterans as we possibly can. And I'm also a participant in Wounded Warrior Project.
Oh, cool.
So I had a brainstorm idea of Project Healing Waters veterans helping Wounded Warrior veterans.
Okay.
This one on the 20, it's actually the weekend of the 29th. This will be our third one. And the response is unbelievable. We don't have enough rooms to house all the veterans that want to be part of this event. And it's held in Lenore at the Patterson Foundation,
Uh
at
huh.
the Patterson old Patterson School, so that we stay in their dorms. Um, on Thursday, it's all fly tying and teaching them how to cast. And then Friday, we take them down to the water and we teach them how to fish just from the shore.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, we put them in the full gear. We give them the waders, the boots, and all that. And then we take them so where they can experience the wading part or the part of it. And I believe if the statistics are right, we've had 28 wounded warrior veterans so far, and 20 of them have joined Project Healing Waters when they were done.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
such a cool event.
yeah.
Dude, let me know if you need any help with that. I'd love to
Okay.
get involved in that.
We will. I'll reach out to you in the spring because this one's already. We've already got the itinerary and all that stuff. But yeah, most definitely in the spring. We try to do one in the spring and then one in the fall.
Heck yeah, dude. That's so cool how you guys just join forces with the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Um, so how many programs? Oh, hold on, my girlfriend just got home and my dog just jumped off the bed. I gotta let
Oh,
him
that's
out.
okay.
Here. Hold on.
Yep.
There you go, bub.
A brand new local contest.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, he was back there. I was surprised he hadn't popped in. I was surprised you didn't hear him chewing on his bone back there.
That's okay. I just had to shoo the cat. He tried to jump up and see what was going on the phone.
Dude, yeah, but that's awesome, man. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we already answered how the question I was about to ask. Um, so how do you ensure that each chapter delivers the same high quality experience while still embracing like the local community and its flavors?
Each program is run by a project lead and a assistant project lead, and there is a guideline that comes down from headquarters that dictates the basic uh, values and rules of Project Healing Waters, which is fly tying, fly casting, rod building, and then fishing trips. And every group has to have that. Then what Project Healing Waters has done is after that, it's up to the project leads. They can dictate how many fly tying sessions they want, how many rod building sessions they want, and all of that is based on the participants and what they're asking to do. Um, and by far, the most popular thing is the overnight trips. And what we have found is that the camaraderie that happens with the veterans on these overnight trips is it's amazing, and you just have to be part of it to see it. But it's absolutely amazing.
Have you had any guys that like came into the program and they're like, "Holy cow, you were in my platoon, or you were in my group when we were deployed together"?
I have not experienced that yet, but what I have experienced, and in fact, it just happened with a veteran, and we went down to Modesto Beach and spent 3 days at Modesto Beach, and actually went fishing in the bayou
Oh, cool.
out there. But what the veteran came up to me and said was, he said, we were all sitting on the porch, we're all sitting out there talking, we're all having a serious conversation. He said, I never went on any of these trips because I thought that all we were going to do was sit around and talk about blood and gore. That has never been mentioned. That's never been brought up. But what was brought up was how we were feeling, what thoughts were going through our heads, how we were trying to deal with them. And this was a Vietnam vet, and he said, this is the first time since Vietnam I have actually sat down and realized there are other people feeling and going through the exact same thing that I'm going through. And it makes the hair on my arms stick up, because we're trying, that's what we're trying to do, is get these guys to realize that there are so many other veterans out there that are feeling the same thing and going through the same thing, and how they can pass on what got them through it. Like when I talk about it, I tell them flat out, tying the little flies, just concentrating so much on those little flies, the world goes away.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel that same way, dude. Like that when you hear stuff like that, dude, like that's got to make you feel good. Be like,
Oh,
that's what you do it for. 100%. Like,
absolutely, absolutely. I got one more story for you about a veteran, because it was in one of your questions you sent me.
okay,
There's a veteran, and he's actually in the Charlotte program,
okay,
and he got talked into going to Project Healing Waters by his wife and his middle school child, because he had gotten back from the Middle East and gotten on a farm and had not left the farm in almost 4 years. And he finally got talked into going to Project Healing Waters, and he went through Project Healing Waters, went through all the therapeutic values of it, and he is now in the same place I am on giving back, but he's giving back as a Boy Scout leader. He's now leading a pack of Boy Scouts, and that's his way of giving back, because he got so much value, and he was able to leave his farm. He was able to reconnect with his family. And there are so many stories throughout the program of just that, or very similar to that.
that's awesome. Dude, like that's super cool, man. Like that just is fulfilling, you know. Like
Yes.
100%. Like that hearing stuff like that makes me so happy. Um, like that is unbelievable how they have these programs that do this for veterans that have fought so hard for our freedom. And
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate you for what you do with everybody and all these
I,
veterans.
I'm I'm with you. I just wish more people knew about it, and that's probably my biggest goal as regional coordinator, is to get the word out more and get more veterans involved, so that they can go back to living their lives.
Right.
Um,
So, how do you work with sponsors like different fly shops and like other partners at the regional level to sustain the growth of your program and grow the programs? My bad.
I go and I talk to the fly shops, and 99.9999% of them are just absolutely, what can we do to help?
Right.
What can we do? And like the fly shop in Maggie Valley, the owner Shane up there, he donates float trips to veterans. No questions asked, nothing. If they want to go on a float trip and they give him enough time, he will take them on a float trip.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
it's a relationship that I try to make face to face because it is so personal to me, and I want it to be personal for them also.
Right.
We do have a national set of organizations that like give discounts and that kind of stuff, and all that set up through headquarters. But it's still in like Asheville, all the flash Hunter Banks,
Yeah.
Curtis Wright in Weaverville, Shane and Maggie Valley. They're just all absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Shane and
and then
Maggie Valley's a damn good dude.
Yes, and then Orvis is they've donated millions and millions of dollars. Them and the rod building just TF.
Yeah, TFO.
Um, yeah, they have donated millions of dollars, giving away gear to make sure that the veterans are able to fish.
That's awesome. That is fantastic, dude. Yeah, I think all the fly shops up in Asheville and their owners, like, they're all top notch people.
Yes.
Headwaters, Chris and Jessica over there at Headwaters, awesome people. Shane and Miller at Hunter Banks, and then Shane up at
Yeah.
Maggie Valley, dude. They're nothing
Yeah.
but great people.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so you've probably witnessed some powerful transformations. We kind of just hinted on this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But is there a story that stands out to you as a reminder why this work matters?
Well,
We already got a hit on that. My bad, man.
Um, it's not only the story of the guy that's now a um just slipped my mind, the Boy Scouts.
Right.
That's probably one of the most powerful stories I've heard. And I mean, even my story, I like getting it out because it's a story of survival and um, but every event that we go to, it doesn't matter if it's in Montana, it doesn't matter if it's in Michigan, it doesn't matter if it's in Colorado, it doesn't matter if it's in North Carolina. The participants all say the same thing, and it is just absolutely saved their lives and brought them back to families and back to being able to live a productive life again.
I got you. So where do you see Project Healing Waters in your region in the next 5 years? Are there any like new initiatives or expansions that you guys are working towards?
I think that the Heroes Helping Heroes is going to take off immensely in the next 5 years. Um, the One of the other goals that I have is inter-program relationships and trying to get the East Coast programs with the West Coast programs and get them to do events together. And then the other thing that we have started to do, and we're really going to try to push this in the next couple of years, is there's a place in Cullowhee called the Equinox Ranch.
Yeah,
And I don't know if you know who Margot is at the Equinox Ranch.
I've heard of it. I haven't met them personally yet.
She she was spent 7 or 8 years on the Veteran Crisis Line, and her what she felt that the veterans were asking for on the suicide prevention hotline was a place to go in the wilderness, in the woods, and just be able to decompress and fish if they were fishermen. Well, she went up to Cullowhee and bought 23 acres on the Tuskegee River, and then had the old house turned into it can hold up to 25 veterans.
Oh my gosh.
Every room she turned into a bedroom, and again, no cost to the veterans. They can go up there and stay for as long as they want, for as little as they want. They can fish on the Tuskegee River because it's all right there on the riverfront. Um, They've got a performing arts building. They've got a studio. that if the veterans want to go up there and record anything, then they can do that. But going back to what your question was, in 5 years, I would like to see that place as a national destination for Project Healing Waters and have veterans from all over the country
That makes
come and experience
that
it.
makes total sense. Like it has to be. Dude, like that's awesome. That's like
Yeah.
I know like I didn't know to the extent of what it was. I've heard about it, but I didn't know it was to that extent. Dude, like that's a bunch of bedrooms, a 20 to 30
Yes.
bedroom like
Yeah.
that thing out there, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Margot is she is just awesome, and has a heart for veterans that's out of this world.
Oh yeah, dude, that's unbelievable. It's cool to see how more and more places are starting to do that.
Yes.
Like, very cool. Um, so, are there like any new ideas, partnerships, or technology that you think will shape the future of the outdoor-based therapy for veterans?
Well, we talked about it at the very beginning, the adaptive sports,
Yep.
and the equipment that is out there now, so that people with severe disabilities can still fish. Um, I mean, I have all kinds of ideas bouncing in my head, but I kind of stay grounded and really want to get this Heroes Helping Heroes, not only here in North Carolina, but they're starting to ask me to go to other states
Oh, very cool.
and train them on how to do this event, so that eventually it's it's in every state that has
Heroes helping
programs.
heroes. That
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. That is awesome. The last question we already gone over that almost the whole episode, man. But so I like to end my podcast, dude. What kind of music are you listening to these days, man? You can give me 5 songs for my playlist.
Oh, I listen to Christian music.
I got you.
Uh, I absolutely love Mercy Me.
Oh yeah.
Um, I love Casting Crowns. Um, oh, you would put me on the spot like that to ask me. But yeah, no, I absolutely love that music, and it reminds me of who our Creator is, and keeps me grounded in that aspect of as long as also with the fly fishing.
Oh yeah. So do you have any last thanks or plugs you want to give to anyone, any company, whoever, man?
I just want to say I hope this reaches as many veterans as we possibly can. And if you are a veteran and you are see this and listen to it, pass it on.
Oh yeah. I'll blast it out to as many people as I can, man. And
Yeah, and then if you listen to it, pass it on to 5 other people, and then 5 people pass it on. And I mean, it just exponential or exponentially it'll get out there if everybody
oh
does
yeah.
that.
And that's one of those things I told you earlier, man. Like I'll put this out. I am very much so support our veterans. Always will, always always have.
And I want to take this time to say thank you for doing this and for taking the time to do all this. That's awesome.
Dude,
It's
thank you. Thank you for coming on, dude, and I hope this reaches as many people as we can. And but dude, once again, man, thank you so much. What's up, guys? That was Mr. Ben Burgess with Project Healing Waters, North Carolina. Um, I hope you guys enjoy listening to this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it. That was an amazing episode. And seriously, if you are a veteran in North Carolina and you would like to get involved in Project Healing Waters, I highly recommend you do. Um, Ben's just a super nice guy. He's running a heck of a program in this state in all sorts of different sounds, cities, in regions in this state. And if you want to get in contact with him, please let me know. Leave a comment uh, on Spotify, uh, iTunes, YouTube, or even comment on the snippet on Instagram and Facebook and all that I post, and I can get you in contact with Ben. Just an all around great dude. Very appreciative. Very, very respectful, super nice guy. He's doing fantastic things for the veterans in this state, and it's one of those things, we all gotta do a little better job of thanking a veteran whenever we see him. I don't do that near enough, and I gotta do it. I gotta do it more. I think everybody's got to do a little more because you hear it from everyone. Freedom don't come free because they're always the ones over there fighting for it, and just some of the stories I heard in that one uh, episode alone, just really cool, really awesome what Ben and Project Healing Waters are doing. So thank you, Project Healing Waters. Thank you, Ben, for coming on, and thank you to everybody for listening to this. And if you're a veteran and you want to get involved in Project Healing Waters, shoot me a direct message, leave a comment, and I'll get you in contact with Ben. But until then, like, subscribe, leave a review. That goes a long way for me. And before I go, do not forget to use code Wrangler10 at checkout when you are making any of your Riversmith purchases. Until Friday, I will catch you guys later. Hope you enjoy the podcast.